Hello my dear friends, in this video we will going to learn about the expansion process and the expansion through a throttling valve. So as we know that throttling is a process in which the pressure must be dropped during its restricted passage. Due to its restricted passage, the pressure at the exit from the throttling device will reduce, but temperature may be increased, may be reduced, or remains constant as per at the given condition. So there is very useful application of a throttling in a refrigerating system. So what is that? If you reduce the pressure of a throttling, so if you reduce the pressure of a refrigerant of a throttling, so its temperature will also be reduced. So what is the question is here that refrigerant R134 enter a capillary tube. It is an example of a throttling valve of a refrigerator, capillary tube of a refrigerator as saturated liquid, right, megapascal, and is throttled to a pressure of 0.12 megapascal, right. That means, see, it entered to the the refrigerant is entered to the capillary tube at 0.8 megapascal, and when it is exit to a capillary tube, that means it throttled to 1.2 megapascal. See, there is a difference of the pressure, 0.8 megapascal to 0.12, so pressure will reduce. So now determine for that reduction of the pressure, so what is the exit quality of the refrigerant, that means dryness fraction you can say that, and final state, at a final state, and the temperature drop during this process, and what is the temperature drop, right. So refrigerant R134 that enters the capillary tube as a saturated liquid, right, as a saturated liquid, that means what is the quality is 0, is throttled to a specified pressure, right, throttled these pressures, the exit quality of the refrigerant and the temperature drop is to be determined, right. So first of all, what is the assumption here? What is the assumption? Assumption is, number first, heat transfer from the tube is negligible, right, number first assumption. And what is the number second assumption? The number second assumption is that kinetic energy change, that means change in kinetic energy of the refrigerant is negligible. So change in kinetic energy, also change in potential energy, they all are neglected. Also change in potential energy, also they are neglected, and there is no any work producing or work absorbing device, so this is your 0, also 0, right. Now, so what is that? What is the capillary tube? What is a capillary tube? Is a simple flow restricted device, that means it is a capillary, it is a throttling valve that is commonly used in refrigerator applications to cause a large pressure drop in the refrigerant, right. Flow through a capillary tube is a throttling process, thus the enthalpy of the refrigerant remains same. So that means, what is the capillary tube? Capillary tube, what is the function of a capillary tube in the refrigerant? So capillary tube is flow restricting device that is used in refrigeration, right, that is used in refrigeration to cause a large pressure drop in the refrigerant, right. flow through the capillary tube is a throttling process. Throttling process, right? So the enthalpy before throttling is same as the enthalpy after throttling. So you must be keep in mind number first, number second, and this is your conclusion, right? So this is the throttling. Now at inlet, what is given? At inlet to the throttling, what is given? Pressure P1 is given. What is that? 0.8 megapascal is given. And what is the quality? Quality is 0. Why? Because saturated liquid. From this table, why? Because saturated liquid. So from table of R134A, from this table we can find that T1. What is the T1? And what is the T1? T set at 0.8 megapascal. How much from the table? If you see that this is 31.31 degrees centigrade, right? And what is the H1? H1 is nothing. H if at 0.8 megapascal. What is that? This is your 95.47 kilojoule per kg, right? This is your condition at inlet. Now what is at exit? At exit, what is that? What is the pressure will drop? P2 is 0.12 megapascal, right? And one thing is known as H2 is equal to H1, we know, right? So at this pressure we find HF. This is your 22.49 kilojoule per kg, and find Hg, which is your 236.97 kilojoule per kg, also from table. This is from R134A table, right? So if this one and the enthalpy H2 is equal to H1, and what is the H1? H1 is 95. So from here you can see that obviously. So what is that? H2 from the observation, H2 is less than Hg and greater than Hf. This is from observation. See, H2 is H1. So what is the H1? 95.47 and HF 22 and Hg 236. So this is in between that. So what is your conclusion? So refrigerant as a saturated mixture at exit at saturated mixture, that means it's have a some dryness fraction. So what is the dryness fraction? We know that. What is that? We know that H2 is equal to HF plus X2 HFG, right? And this is you have at what pressure? 0.12 megapascal. So you have H2. So you have H2. H2 is equal to H1. So you have H2. So what is the X2? X2, if you calculate, this is your 0.12 34, that means 34%, right? So when it is exit at a weight region, and it will enter to the, that means this, if you draw a graph here, P and V, if you see in any thermodynamic plane, let's suppose y and x, let's suppose y and x. So if this is your saturated curve, so this is your a pressure, this one, and this is your pressure, exit pressure. This is your inlet pressure, inlet to the throttling, and this is your exit to the throttling. So throttling is start where, at what point? Saturated liquid. This is your point number 1, and it ends with a weight region. Ends with a weight region, exit is a weight region. But during the throttling, this is a restricting device, so there is a always is increase, randomness will increase, so it will in this side. So this is your throttling process, somewhere this one, 2, and dotted line, why? Because this is a highly irreversible, we will discuss later on, no problem. This is a throttling process. So this is a throttling process, and during 1 to 2, what is that? During 1 to 2, H1 equal to H2, right? H1 equal to H2. So at point 2, this is in two phase region, so this point, if you say that this point, this is your point A and this is your point B, and this line is a constant temperature, that means what is the temperature A at the same temperature at B at the same temperature at 2. So since the exit state is saturated mixture, and what pressure? At what pressure here? Here pressure is 0.12 megapascal. So at the exit from the capillary tube is at two phase region and at 0.2 megapascal. The exit temperature must be a saturation temperature, so the temperature line is fixed. So this also temperature is the saturation temperature at this pressure. At this pressure, why? Because this is two phase region. In the two phase region, see, in two phase region, pressure and temperature both are coincide, and the temperature is a saturation temperature and pressure is a saturation pressure at given pressure and temperature. So if this is a two phase region, so in the two phase region, what is the temperature? Saturation temperature. And saturation temperature at what pressure? Saturation pressure. This is a saturation pressure, mind it, this is a saturation pressure. So since exit state is a saturated mixture liquid plus vapor at 0.12 megapascal, right? The exit temperature, so the exit temperature must be the saturation temperature at this state, at this pressure. So at this pressure, what is the saturation temperature? You have 0.12, what is that? So if you calculate from R134A table, pressure is equal to 0.12 megapascal, and at this point, what is the temperature? Temperature at 2 is nothing, it is a T saturation, and at 0.12 megapascal. So what is the T saturation? This is minus 22.32 degrees centigrade. So this is the temperature final, and this is your initial temperature. So temperature must be reduced, right? This is your if this is your capillary tube, this is your capillary tube. If this is your capillary tube, it is like that. It is circular. If this is your capillary tube, the inlet condition 1 and this is your exit condition 2. So at this condition, what is the pressure? P1, and what is the temperature? T1. At this condition, what is the pressure? P2 and temperature T2. So in capillary tube, if this is a capillary tube, so a capillary tube is act as a throttling, so P2 must be less than P1, and it's provide a cooling effect, so it will cool down. So what is that? T2 must be less than T1 from your observation. So temperature will reduce. That means how much temperature will reduce? Delta T is T2 minus T1. So what is that? Minus 22.32 minus 31.31. So what is that? Minus 53.63 degrees centigrade. This is the reduced temperature. So here one point is noted that, what is that? One point is noted down that, what is that? Note point. Very important. I will again discuss in the refrigerant chapter, but here you have to clear it. Note that temperature drops in temperature. How much? How much it is? 53.63 degrees centigrade. So during the throttling process, this temperature will drop. So this temperature will drop, and also 34% of refrigerant evaporate, yani vaporization. 34% of the refrigerant will vaporized. Why? Because dryness fraction is equal to 34%. So 34% refrigerant vaporized during the throttling process, during this process. So there is a vaporization. So if there is a something is here, there is a liquid, and this is your liquid, and it will vaporized. If it is vaporized, so energy will required. So energy needed to vaporize this refrigerant, and this energy is needed. So where the source of this energy for the refrigerant? The refrigerant, if the refrigerant is vaporized, so the refrigerant, for the vaporization of the refrigerant, the refrigerant must have some energy. So where the energy of a refrigeration is getting from? Where the energy? That means if the refrigerant will vaporize from any surface, so the requirement of a vaporization of refrigerant is have a energy needed. That refrigerant have a energy. He want that energy to vaporize. So where that energy will taking by the refrigerant to evaporate, that energy will take by the refrigerant to evaporate itself refrigeration, right? So energy needed to vaporize this energy, where it is needed, from where the energy will needed vaporization, this energy So the energy is needed to vaporization this refrigerant. So this refrigerant absorb the energy, from a refrigerant itself. Very important. So for the vaporization of the refrigerant take energy from refrigerant itself. So the refrigerant where the energy will taking place. So if this is your, say, if this is your refrigerant, and it is flowing, so for a vaporization, that means 30% will vaporize, 34% will vaporize. So 34% refrigerant will vaporize, and this refrigerant taking want to that energy to vaporize that. So this energy will taking from refrigerant itself. So refrigerant is cool down. So for the vaporization of refrigerant, the energy will taking by the refrigerant to vaporize refrigerant itself. So refrigerant, this is refrigerant. So some refrigerant will vaporized, and that vaporization is want to energy, and where the source of energy, refrigerant itself. So finally refrigerant will cool down, right? So in the case of refrigerant, there is no any heat transfer, mind it. In the case of throttling valve, there is no any heat transfer. Why? Because there is no heat transfer. Why? Because there is no a source. This is your refrigerant. Suppose if this is a tube and there is a refrigerant, so refrigerant taking a heat to vaporized. So the energy transfer, that means energy transfer between the refrigerant, in which some part of a refrigerant that means 34% will vaporized, that means mass will vaporized by taking energy in the form of, by taking energy from refrigerant itself. So the exit temperature of refrigerant will reduce. So in the case of vaporize itself, so during a throttling, during a refrigerating in a throttling process, there is no heat transfer. But see, there is a confusion here. Lots of students have confused here when we ask like that. So this is your refrigerator, this is your tube, this is your capillary tube, and this tube have dropped its temperature. The temperature will drop if and only if heat will transfer, but there is no heat transfer. So why the temperature will reduce? The temperature will reduce. Why? Because some refrigerant will evaporate during the process, and that evaporation of refrigerant have want to some energy during a refrigeration. Refrigerant itself evaporization, and for that evaporation, refrigerant wants some energy, and where the source of energy? Refrigerant itself. So final outcome will reduce its temperature. So the heat will transfer from refrigerant to refrigerant, but that heat transfer will not cross the capillary tube or a throttling valve. So heat will transfer, but that heat will transfer only for the reduce in temperature by the evaporation, and that evaporation will take place by the refrigerant itself. Okay, thank you very much.